Let's talk about the one thing that cannot be ignored in retirement. Literally the foundation of everything that comes after. Finances. The thing that nobody wants to think about, talk about, they just hope things are magically going to work out. Hope isn't a strategy. Don't rely on it. This, for me, is the foundation of being able to retire and to being able to do it in a way where you're confident that your finances are in order and you'll be able to stay retired and not panic about any financial situations that come along or things that change going forward in retirement. Before we get into it, I will say this is part 6, retirement lesson number 6. Keep your financial house in order. This is from the top 8 lessons after 3 years of retirement video. The link is in the description. And this series, I'm unpacking one by one each one of those lessons to go into a bit more detail. So if you enjoy this episode, there's a bunch of other ones that came before it and a couple others that'll come after it. And before I get to the meat of the content, I will say, quick shout out to the new subs. Picked up a few new subscribers since the last video. Thank you for subscribing. And if you're watching the channel and you're not subscribed, why not? What are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified when new videos come out. Aim to do them one a week with some shorts thrown in for some eye candy here and there. So again, shout out to the new subscribers. Welcome aboard. Now, 2 parts today to finances, especially in retirement. Part 1, stay connected to your financial plan. I'm going to assume a couple things here. 1, you had an expert, somebody with demonstrated expertise and a lot of experience in helping people set up retirement plans, set up one for you, your financial plan, to make sure all the bases are covered and everything's in order. Don't ghost them once you're retired. Keep in touch with them, especially if they're excellent at what they do. Make sure you're checking in with them, I would say at least twice a year. Every 6 months, reach out. Things in the global macroeconomic picture, not looking great right now, globally. Things are changing. Inflation is still in play. This transitory inflation that Jay Powell said wasn't going to be here for very long. Yeah, how many years ago was that? Still here. Oh, but inflation slowed down. Okay. It's still there, and it's not at the 2% target that the Fed and all their central banking buddies claim is their target. Inflation is a huge enemy, especially if you're on a fixed income. So definitely talk to your advisor. Whoever set up your retirement plan, check in with them and ask, do I need to make any adjustments? Can I afford to be spending more, or do I need to maybe scale things back, or do I need to look at maybe taking on a part-time gig or figuring out a way to have more income so that I have more choices and I can stick to my plan. I can't answer those questions for you. The person that set up your unique plan for your specific retirement is golden. Keep in touch with them at least twice a year, just for the peace of mind factor alone. Now, the world doesn't stop changing, especially your relationship to money, to finances. Doesn't stop at retirement. It evolves. Adapt and survive, and ideally thrive in retirement by making sure that you've got what you need and contingencies in place so that if things go sideways, you have an unexpected expense, something happens, you're not going to freak out and it's not going to jeopardize your retirement. Now, inflation. If you've gone to the grocery store or the gas station or anywhere over the last 2 or 3 years, you'll notice things cost way more than they used to, not that long ago. How did I deal with that? I left the West. Right? Inflation exists all over the world. I'm down here in Ecuador. I'm in Crucita today on the coast. Beautiful, hot, sunny day. And inflation here is negligible. I just went shopping for the week. I think I spent $20 for all the groceries, plus transportation to and from the market, etc., etc. That's not possible in the West. That's a big part of why I left the West. My idea was, why don't I go live in a place where the cost of living is way lower, the quality of life is way higher, I need a lot less money to support my lifestyle, And that way I can retire at 51 instead of having to work until I'm 61 or older. Your financial plan is not a set it and forget it affair. It's something that you need to keep an eye on. And if you're not financially literate and don't want to do that, and a lot of people don't, then find somebody, pay them for their expertise in that area, and check in with them and make sure that you're on track so that you can enjoy your retirement and not stress about money. Now, a couple lessons here that I've found to be incredibly important surrounding money. Never, and I mean never, let money be the reason why you do not do something you want to do. Never let money be the reason you do not do something you want to do. Figure out how much money it's going to take, like exactly. Not what you think it's going to take, like, okay, I think it's going to be this and I can't afford that. No. And that's part 2 of this lesson. Never ever say those 4 words. I can't afford it. Remove those. That phrase, remove it from your vocabulary. I learned this one from Robert Kiyosaki. He credits Rich Dad with telling him this. And the lesson was, don't say, ever, I can't afford it. Instead, turn that into a question and ask, how can I afford it? That gets your brain thinking in other ways, and you realize, wait a minute, other people have figured this out. I can figure it out too. And if you know other people that have figured it out, ask them for their input. How did you do this? How hard was it? How could I do it? What does it take? If you're hungry, you'll find a way to eat. And if not, you'll find an excuse. So for part 1, summary, keep an eye on your finances and check in with your advisor at least every 6 months. Never, and I mean never, let money be the reason why you don't do something. Never say, I can't afford it. Instead, ask, how can I afford it? And the answer, Kiyosaki's answer is, buy or invest in or create cash flowing assets and use the cash flow from those assets to fund the thing you want to do. That's a whole lesson in itself, but just planting a seed there. Now, part 2, the emergency fund or the sleep at night fund. This thing is hugely important. It's like the secret weapon for getting a good night's sleep. If you have at least 6 months, at a minimum, 6 months of monthly expenses somewhere where you can access it, not too easily, but it's available to you. Not sitting in your checking account where, oh, hey, I'm going to make an impulse buy, and hey, look, I have all this money sitting here, I'll just use it. It's not what that money's for. Emergency fund means it's for emergencies. Have it in a place where you can access it, but not too easily. Maybe in T-bills, maybe it's invested at a financial institution in some sort of certificate of deposit or a GIC or whatever it is. Again, I can't advise you on exactly what it is. Ask your advisor. Where do I set up an emergency fund? What's the best way to do it? Is there a way that gives me better tax results? All these things. It's going to be unique to you. It's different for everybody. But make sure that you have that 6-month emergency fund in place. Full disclosure, I didn't have anybody set up my retirement plan. For a long period of years, like decades, I was setting up multiple income streams. Nod of the hat, tip of the hat to Robert Allen for that one. And I figured, wait a minute, I don't have enough money to be able to retire in Canada at 51, but I looked at my income and went, yeah, I could live in Central America, pretty much anywhere on this, and I could live in parts of South America as well, probably Eastern Europe and other pockets on the planet, and I would rather go out and have an exciting retirement where I'm traveling around and having fun experiences and enjoying myself, volunteering, exchanging my time and my skills for room and board, so I don't need a lot of money to fund the lifestyle I'm choosing in retirement. Not saying that's for everybody, but that's what I decided to do, and it's worked out great. 3.5 years in, I wouldn't change a thing. And as I go forward, I keep tweaking things. And the reason I can travel and I can enjoy these experiences and have these passion projects and go and see the world and learn different languages and be in different cultures is because I set up those multiple streams of income, and even more importantly, I set up an emergency fund. And not just one. I have multiple places where I can access funds in an emergency. Hope I never have to, but because they're there, I sleep well at night. I didn't have somebody set up my plan. Like I said, I'm not advising that for anybody, but I spend a lot of time getting educated, and I've taken courses and gone to masterminds and learned what I needed to learn so I could set up my own finances and be able to retire comfortably. If you want to take that route, it's possible. I know because I am doing it. If you don't want to take that route, then like I said, find an excellent advisor and pay them for their advice and expertise and follow their plan. So here's what I've learned after 3.5 years of retirement. Financial stress doesn't magically disappear when you're retired. In some ways, it gets worse because now you're on a fixed income and you're not getting your usual weekly, bi-monthly, bi-weekly, whatever, paycheck from the job that you retired from. But the flip side, and this is the upside for me, when you stay on top of your finances, when you have that emergency fund in place, when you are making regular adjustments to your plan under the guidance of an expert that you trust and like, retirement becomes what it's supposed to be. Freedom. Total freedom. So if you take anything away from this episode, make it this. Your relationship with money doesn't end when you retire. It evolves. Adapt and survive and thrive in retirement and access tools, information, people who can help you reach that place. It's not easy, but it's very attainable, and it can make a huge difference in having an enjoyable retirement where you don't concern yourself about money. You're paying attention to it, but you're not obsessing over it. You're not stressing. You're not limiting yourself and your experiences in retirement because of money. Never let money be the reason you don't do something you want to do. Now, some homework. A couple different things here. 1, pick up the phone, write an email, reach out to whoever helped you put together your retirement plan, check in with them. Arrange to have a session with them virtually or in person, however you want to do it, and check in. Where am I with my retirement plans? Do I need to scale back? Can I ramp up? What's coming in the next few months? Do you see any problems on the horizon? Anything I need to change in how I'm carrying out the plan that we came up with? Number 2, if you do not have a 6-month emergency fund in place, start building it today with whatever you can every month. $50, $100, $500, whatever it is. Build up. Once you hit the 1 month mark, you're like, okay, I have enough in this to cover 1 month's emergency, 1 month's expenses. Okay, then build up to 3 months, then build up to 6 months. You could go out to a year. I am well beyond a year. But again, that's a question for your individual retirement advisor, your financial planner, ideally fee-based. Ask them, how much do I need in an emergency fund? For myself, I set up multiple emergency funds just in case, right? What if something goes off the rails with this? Okay, I have this other one. What if that goes down? I have another one, right? Just layers of redundancy. And if this has been helpful, interesting, maybe a little entertaining, please smack that like button. Drop me a comment if you have questions about any of this content. Please subscribe if you haven't. Share these episodes, these videos with anybody you think may be interested and gain value from watching them. And hit that notification bell so that you're alerted when new episodes come out. I got a lot more real-world lessons about retirement, about finances, about volunteering and exchanging time for room and board, being able to travel for very little money, all these things. The things that I've learned in the past 3 years are invaluable. It would have been awesome had I known them before I started, but now that I've learned them, I would like to pass them along, share them with people that can benefit by them, and ideally, maybe you don't want to travel full-time like I am, but maybe you realize, wait a minute, I could actually go on a trip, or I could travel for a month or 2 months or whatever. Your call, your retirement, you do it the way you want. Just make sure that foundation of financials is in place. Now, this was lesson number 6, finances, of an 8-part series. I got lesson number 7 on tap for next time. Move it or lose it, or staying physically active in retirement. I'll drop a link in the description for the top 8 lessons after 3 years of retirement, the video that has all these lessons in it. And this series, I'm unpacking each one of them point by point and going a little deeper on them. So again, if you have any questions about anything that I've covered so far, please drop them below. I'll leave links in the description to other videos, and do check out the playlist on the channel for retirement. Thanks for stopping by. Welcome to the new subs. Happy trails. See you out on the road.